Point of no return, point of no return. Welcome back. We know too much. We've seen too much. We've been through too much. We are experiencing way too much. God has revealed himself to us over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim, SLIMM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's never promised, so all you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word. How you think you even doing good with no God involved, man? No matter how gifted you are, how talented you are, how skilled you are, how connected you are, how powerful you are, how wealthy you are, how resourceful you are, how indestructible you are, if you want anything good done in your life, you need God for that. So it's a lot of people that have been working hard at their craft and been diligent at just spending time to perfect what they are doing in order to become a professional and to be able to turn what you're doing into something that's profitable for you to take care of your family, your loved ones, your friends, basically have your village, have your own tribe. What you need is God. If he's not the main ingredient, something wrong with you. But a lot of people, he's the missing ingredient. They got everything together, they got everything right, but they still feel empty. They still feel a void. It could be people that have all the money in the world, got the best job, the best wife, the best kids, drive the best car, but it's something inside of them that feels empty, and that's because they have no God or not enough in them. I mean, you can't never have enough God. You know what I mean? I talk to him ceaselessly without stopping. And even when I go pray, it's like I have to make myself get up to leave his presence, because you want to be under that light, under that love, under that care all the time. And you realize that it actually makes you better, and he's the ultimate piece that you need on your chessboard in order to beat this game of life. Once you get God on your side, and once you get God in your life, and you start to see God move in your life and transform your life, it gives your relationship and your trust and your rapport even more power, and it strengthens your bond and your connection, and you go to each other for things that you need and things that you want. You stop going to the world. You stop going to man. You stop looking outside of your relationship. You stop looking outside of your church. You stop looking outside of your kids, your circle that God has trusted you with, for things that you could get right at home or right inside. It's a lot of people that go searching elsewhere thinking that the grass is greener, just to find out that it's all burnt over there. You know what I mean? So you got to stay with God and stick with God, and he's the only one that could really show you who you are, then show you how to enhance who you are in order to create the life that you desire. And right now, you don't need to fight. You don't need to stress. You don't need to worry. You don't need to trip about nothing. You just need to continue to go to him and ask him for instruction, and just do what he say, and then you're going to watch your life change in front of your eyes. And right now he's telling you to pray. You didn't screamed enough, you didn't cried enough, you didn't yelled enough, you didn't fought enough, you didn't had to defend yourself enough. And God knows that you're tired of fighting. He knows that you're tired of arguing. He knows that you're tired of fussing with the world. So he wants to make sure that he, good morning, puts you in a place to where it's going to be easy for you. And you know, at the time when, back in the biblical days, when they got to Jericho and they had to figure out how they was going to beat these people, how they was going to get behind this wall, because if they couldn't cross over that wall, then pretty much they was, feel me, fish out the water. So God instructed them just to pray, blow your trumpets, blow your horns, I believe on the last day, and the walls fell down. And it was their faith in God. You know what I'm saying? You have to submit to his will and his way, and you have to give in to his direction and give in to the instructions that he's giving you in order to bring you to a higher place, to elevate you to the place that you want to be. And once you start sticking to the plan and sticking to your purpose, then it becomes easy. It actually becomes enjoyable to complete these tasks and do these things for God, because now it gives you something extra to talk about with him. It gives you a personal relationship, and these personal experiences gives you testimonies, and that testimony empowers your conviction when you're telling other people about the goodness of God, because they're going to look at you and be like, man, I believe you. And it's because of the details. It's because of the passion. It's because of how much you love talking about God and going to God and doing for God and making sure that you're keeping God alive, man, by letting him live through you and being a vessel so he can move through you and do through you and speak through you in order to get God's people going in the right direction. So anything that you want, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your desires, it's all in your prayer right now. And if you want any generational curse to be broken, any stronghold to be broken, any witchcraft or spell that's been casted upon you, you can't fight these spiritual things with physical weapons. You have to get in your word. You have to get out here and pray, right? And you got to be bold in your faith. It's not about just you praying in a house where nobody can see, or you praying in a church where it's comfortable and normal and completely acceptable to pray. No, you got to get out here and pray in front of your enemies. You got to call your accuser. You got to call your perpetrator out. You got to call these things that's been holding you back, whether it's internal or external, out by name. You got to call the enemy out by name and pray against it for 7 days. And God will show you how to pray. He'll show you what to pray, because each thing that we praying for, each battle that we going through, though it's all spiritual, it could be a different form. So God wants to get personal with you. So I can't tell you the words to say. I can't give you the mantra, the chant. No, it's not like that. You got to go with God, and he'll reveal to you what's up against you, who's against you, and then he'll tell you how to reverse the curse. It's a lot of people that are casting spells, whether knowingly, unknowingly. When you wish somebody to be harmed, or somebody be killed, or somebody be sick, or somebody lose their job, or lose their money, lose their relationship, that's casting the spell. It ain't just about what you see or what you think that voodoo is or black magic. It could be simply you saying something that goes out there in the universe that's negative. That is casting the spell. The power of life and death is in the tongue. And you can either bring forth life, or you can cause life to have a possibility of be threatened to be taken away, because once you put this out in the energy, something catches. We know that the enemy is waiting like a lion, ready and roaring and ready to kill, steal, and destroy anything that he catch slipping. So when you send a message out like that, the enemy catch that, and then he uses the people around the people that you prayed against in order to get to them. And he uses you because he's communicating to you through you, and he got you saying these things out loud to cause a ripple effect. But what you don't know is if you go up against the chosen one, they are powered up, and they are prayed up, and they are completely covered in the whole armor of God, and they have God not only on the external, but they got God truly on the inside. So they're really a child of the light. When you pray against innocent people, when you know, really anybody, but it's like certain things cost more, it's gonna tax you more. So when you go against God people, innocent people, women, children, old folks, people who can't defend themselves or really think for themselves, or really have the means to really see what you're doing and call you out on your ways. You know, people say it's like taking candy from a baby, these things, because they know that they could do things in the spirit that could really cause a physical effect that will affect you in your real life, in real time, in the real world. So you got to understand, you got to have your spirit of discernment up on high, so God could use you. He could be like, don't talk to them, or you need to pray against that. You need to stop going around these people. And he explained to me, nah, you need to pray. You don't even need to fight, because people don't want to fight. That's the thing. People don't want to fight. They want to kill you. They want to hurt you. They want to destroy you, all these things, but they don't want to fight because they're going to lose the fight. So they always got to put something extra on it to handicap the match in this real world tangibly, so they can have an upper hand on you, because they know one-on-one they can't do nothing with you. They know they can send a group, they can send a crew, they can't do nothing with you. So they need these extra things in order to defeat you. So they go into these dark places within themselves, and then they start to conjure with the enemy these things that they desire, conspire, that they want to do with you. And then they come to a point so much that they say it out loud, because you irritate their demons so much. Every time they see you, they just so envious, so jealous, so hateful for no reason, because you're free, because you not trapped by this world or the conditions and terms that they expect you to live in. You're not going on this thing being governed by a calendar, you know what I'm saying? Governed by holidays or these fasts or these trends that's on social media, online. No, you doing what God is telling you to do, and then you sticking to the script, and then you watching your life change, and then you watching as enemies come towards you. They can't do nothing to you. You untouchable. You seeing how you get close to people who talking behind your back or from a distance, and when you get close on them, they can't open up their mouth to speak another ill word on you. And then you looking at people that wish you harm and want to kill you for real, and sent you threats, and then you go around them and they can't touch you. They can't even step close to you. They can't even get in your radius. They can't even get in your space because you're so protected by God that them going against the grain, them going against the light, they going to have all kind of conditions and problems. It's just like how Pharaoh had the hardened heart and he wouldn't let the people go. He wouldn't let Jesus' people go. He wouldn't let God's people go. You feel me? So he had all these things not only come and plague him, but it plagued his people. It plagued his whole kingdom. That's what's going on. So the more people hate you, the more people want to do you something, the more it's going to affect their life in real time because you truly, truly protected. And then that means that your dreams are protected. Your goals are protected. Your aspirations are protected. And then you such in a protected place that you have the peace of mind to be able to do the work in order to get to where you need to be, in order to, remember, turn from an amateur to a professional so we can make some money and be a blessing, so we could bless other people and we could bring other people into the light and give them an opportunity to freedom. No, everybody won't choose the path that you're walking or choose the path that God got for them, but at least you'll give them an invited opportunity so they can't say that they don't know the truth or they don't know the light or they don't know that God doesn't exist. You know what I'm saying? He exists. He's real. He's real. And you're looking at people, you're listening to people, and you're watching them, and you're seeing their life being transformed, and you see your own life being transformed, yet you don't stop to give God credit or even just say a simple thank you. I appreciate you. What do you need from me? What do you need me to do? What do you need me to say? Where do you need me to be? You know, who do you need me to help? Once you start getting like that, you're going to get everything you want. You're going to get everything you dream. You're going to get everything you desire. You're going to get everything that you have envisioned and really just set upon, and you just can't wait to get to this day. You're arriving at that moment right now as we speak. The becoming is upon you. So just keep giving it to God, because you can't do nothing good without God. Only thing we could do as humans, bro, is mess it up, make it worse. You know what I'm saying? Every time we touch something, we break something, because the way God set it up, it's already perfect. And we sit up there and we look at it and we think we need to add something to it, take something away from it. You know what I'm saying? Minimize it, maximize it. You know, we want to do all these things except appreciate one another in everything and every place that God made, just as he or she or it is. You know what I'm saying? Once you start to just see how God see things, then you just begin to just appreciate and love life on a different level. And you love seeing people be free. You love seeing people live their dreams. You love people just being in the right place, and being in the right position, because you know how good that flows and how harmonious that could be and how peaceful that is when you get all the right people in the right place. You know what I'm saying? So that's what God is trying to do with you, but you have to allow him to do it. This is an opportunity for you to take your hands off the situation, take your hands off the problem, take your hands off your kids, take your hands off your husband. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation may be that is keeping you up at night, give it to God and just pray about it for the next 7 days, man. And wherever you are, whenever you get this message, it really doesn't matter, because it's going to catch you at the right time. But for 7 days, I just want you to pray against whatever you feel and whatever God reveals is against you. And you will see, as you pray each day, you get stronger and stronger, stronger and stronger. By that 7 days, you're going to feel a decrease of a lot of stress and a lot of tension. And on that 8th day, you're going to feel like a totally new self. You're going to sound so rejuvenated and feel so rejuvenated that people are going to say, man, you sound like you feel so much better, like you got so much rest. And now it wasn't the sleep. You did the right thing by getting the weight off your shoulders and these bad things off your head. You gave it all to God. You laid your burdens down at his feet. So if you want something good to happen in your life at this moment, and at all times, you need God, but especially right now, for the next 7 days, pray against anything that is up against you. Even if you don't know what it is, pray against it, because you can feel it. And then God gonna reveal it to you. But for the next 7 days, pray. Don't let nothing get in the way. Don't let nothing stop you. Don't let nothing break this chain, because you got one time, one shot right now while the year is open, still fresh. God is still here, ready to pour out blessings upon you, but you have to take it. Your peace, your happiness, your joy, your wealth, wisdom, your relationships, your kids, everything. You got to be aggressive, because you're going against a system that wants all power and they want all control. So they're not going to give you anything. This is war, people. But it's not the war that you think. It's in your mind, it's in your heart, it's in your spirit. So you got to give all that you are back to God in order to fight these spiritual weapons. Fight these spiritual demons with these spiritual weapons that God has given you, and it's your word. Pray. You got to get out here and pray, man. Let them see. Let them see. Until next time, Slim.